morning, everybody. So glad to see you here today. It's going to be a beautiful morning. I'd like to share a little song from Stevie Wonder. If it's magic, then why can't it be everlasting? Like the sun that always shines, like the poet's endless rhymes, like the galaxies in time. If it's pleasing, then why can't it be never leaving? Like the day that never fails, like on seashores there are shells, like the time that always tells. It holds the key throughout the world and all the universe. It fills you up without a bite and quenches every thirst. So if it's special, then with it why aren't we as careful as making sure we dress in style, posing pictures with a smile, keeping danger from a child. It holds the key to every heart throughout the universe. It fills you up without a bite and quenches every thirst. So if it's magic, why can't we make it everlasting? Like the infinite of the sun, it will leave no heart undone, for there's enough for everyone. Thank you. Let's stand. Thank you. Let's stand and affirm what we know to be true. God is good and all is well. What a wonderful morning, beyond compare. I feel God's loving presence everywhere. I am filled with joy profound in a world where many miracles abound. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole. I know that God is good and all is well. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole.
morning, Unity. Welcome to Unity of Bon Air, where we live and express unconditional love and grow together in peace and prosperity. So most of you are used to our beautiful faces up here, but I'm telling you today, we're having some testosterone up on these stages. Buckle your seatbelts. John Moore is in the house. Yay! And Claudia, help me with our singer's name. Mark Adams is back. He knocked our socks off last time. So, my name is Reverend Patty, and it is my joy to serve as minister in this church alongside with every single one of you. Whether this is your first time or your 100th time joining us, either here in person or online, we're grateful for your presence and participation as we share this time together. We have come here as part of love's divine purpose that calls each of us forth to celebrate the connection we all share with the Holy Presence within us and all around us that we call God. And in this spirit of community, we unfold in light and love all people, all spiritual and religious gatherings everywhere. We especially welcome any of you who are here for the first time, and Howard will bring you a welcome packet if you raise your hand. And we invite you to join us in fellowship coffee following the service. And if you are with us online, we invite you to go to unitybonair.org and discover all the wonderful activities that are happening here. Okay, so we have a temperance joke today. So we remember when the world was shut down on, supposed to be, shut down on drinking. So this Baptist minister is up doing his sermon, his temperance sermon, and he's saying, if I had all the beer in the world, I'd go take and pour all that down in the river. And if I had all the wine in the world, I'd go down and pour that in the river. And if I had some of that devil rum, I'd go pour it in the river. And he's just like completely spent and out of breath. And he goes and sits down. And the deacon stands up and says, please stand and turn to page 126. We're singing Down by the Riverside. All right, well, we're going to take a dive and gather by the river of love and life that is in us. So let's take a nice breath in, letting our minds relax. Just taking another deep breath and feeling that deep peace that is the source of our being. We just let that sense of peace, that presence of love wash over us, in us, and through us. And we stand in the knowing that only good comes to us, that the universe, that the power of life conspires to bring to us that which would open us up in awareness to know the truth of our being, that we are absolute beings of love and light, dressed up in all these different bodysuits. So as we gather, we continue to bring different people into our circle of love today. And we bring those in our congregation who are healing into the circle: Kathy Brees, Pathera Tom, Edwina, Tina and her family, Michelle, Captain Tom, and any others whose names are in our prayer box. And if you have someone in the circle, your circle of love and care, whose name you would like to include, you may say that out loud or silently right now as we add them. And we see for all these loved ones the mighty power and presence of God lighting up their whole being, every cell in their body, every part of their consciousness, every part that needs to know it is connected to this one presence and one power. And we just see this light and love doing its thing, being wholeness, peace, love, and joy. And we continue to expand out beyond these walls and those we know into our city, into our state, into our country, into all those who are in positions of political power to do wonderful good, to care deeply about those who are in their region or territory. We just see hearts turning to love, to embracing the challenge of ruling with care and concern. In this month, we celebrate Earth Day, so of course we unfold our beautiful planet in our gardens, which just got a dressing up yesterday with all this mulch, all our beautiful plants. Our rivers, our waterways, our oceans, we bless all of them. And of course, we bring in our children. Oh my God, the look of love and innocence in their eyes. We just hold them in delight and love and see them growing into all that life would call them to be. And we take one more breath and allow ourselves to think of some things for which we are feeling blessed and grateful. And just allow that to go across our mind and to let this vibration of gratitude and appreciation raise up within us. And we close with our usual prayer of saying, I am grateful, like we really mean it, 3 times. I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. And so it is. And our affirmation is up on the screen. Let us affirm together what we believe. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the omnipotent good. And back to what we're doing now. Music? No, Janet is coming up. Usually Mary does our Love in Action Spotlight, but she's at the lake, so Janet is stepping in. Thank you, Janet.
Good morning. Good morning. Not Mary, but bear with me. Still on?
Now it's green.
Oh. Okay. Now move. Okay. My name's Janet, and I am here kind of subbing for Mary this morning. She's getting some great rest down at the lake and having a good time. And we usually highlight something every quarter that is something on the Love in Action team. And today we want to talk about the Youth and Families program that we have here. If you haven't met her, Rachel is our leader in that program, and she is fabulous. Yes. And the kids love her. Yeah, give her a hand. And she'll be back up when the service is over. She'll bring the kids up, and you can definitely show her some applause. So I'm going to share a little bit overall what we do, and then I want to talk about some opportunities within that program. But on Sundays, we offer, and that's Rachel and the volunteers that she had, flexible, age-appropriate Sunday lessons. I'm reading this because I want to make sure I don't miss anything. And we encourage the unique personalities and abilities of each child. We empower the children and youth through nurturing, loving relationships, modeling positive values, in a very safe environment and guide them through a spiritually led, age-appropriate program. We're teaching Unity core beliefs and basic 5 principles of Unity with the kids, which provides an opportunity for the teacher or helper to reinforce those principles as well. So it's a good opportunity as an adult. We assist them to discover and grow their own understanding of their soul's purpose, and we practice our Unity teachings, and we encourage a deeper kinship with all life in that class. So we have some dedicated volunteers at that program, and so part of the highlighting here is to let you know that you have a fabulous opportunity to work in that program. And it's not a big commitment of time, but it's an important commitment of time. We all agree that we want to carry Unity principles and further our teachings through our children and the other people that come here, and that's a wonderful way to influence that. Currently, we have a small paid position that's available for 2 hours in the nursery, but we also really need volunteers to, and you can do a month, you can do it every 6 weeks, you can do, once a month, once every 6 weeks. And so we're really encouraging you to come talk to Rachel, you can come talk to me about that opportunity. We're also going to be doing a breakfast here soon. That's the date's pending, but it'll be for current, former, and possible new volunteers to kind of talk to Rachel, meet her, hear about the program and some of the curriculum, and really experience it. If you really want to experience it, just pop in. If you haven't noticed, most of the kids we get right now are 5 and under or in elementary. So we're not seeing the older kids right now. But again, with the little ones, and we do want them to be separated by age as much as possible. So please see me or Rachel at the end of this, and we have I have applications. You have to do a background check and different application process, but I have that'll be sitting out on the table, and we welcome your volunteering with us soon. Thank you.
Thank you. It's time to sing. Let's stand up. And we're going to sing our song, This House is Built on Love. This is a call and response, so I'll sing a line and then you sing it right back to me. It's real easy. Here we go. Welcome to this sacred space. Welcome to see the joy on every face. This house is built on love. Together. This house is built on love. This house is built on love. Leave your burdens at the door. You're not a stranger anymore. This house is built on love. This house is built on love. This house is built on love. Say it loud and say it clear. Say it loud and say it clear. We're so happy that you're here. We're so happy that you're here. This house is built on love. Sing it like you mean it. This house is built on love. This house is built on love. This house is built on love. This house is built on, sing it again. This house is built on love, oh yeah. House is built on love, yeah, yeah. This house is built on love. 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 It is. Thank you. All right. Good morning.
My name is Amy Fulcher Davis, and thank you. Well, I have to say, it's always wonderful to follow up right after the music team because our transformational opportunities are built on love. So thank you for getting us all jazzed. I am very excited to share with you today our transformational opportunities because Unity of Bon Air is a buzz with growth opportunities. Today, our special guest is John Moore. He will be doing an incredible workshop on family constellations this afternoon at 1 o'clock here in the sanctuary. He will share also more about that in our message today. The healing that happens in just 3 short hours as we come together to help each other break free of inherited family pain and patterns is amazing. We're human, parents, our children's children. We bring this opportunity for growth. And this, I've participated not in John's, but I have participated in this modality of healing, and it is amazing to break open us to have a healthier, happier, more prosperous life. So, and we invite everyone's welcome. Please come at 1 o'clock in the sanctuary. We are kicking off our spirit groups with sign-ups today. If you go out in the hall, you see the balloons, you see the table. Come by and speak to those of us that have gone through the training with Reverend Patty. We'll be there to answer any questions. We have some groups starting now, and then we're going to have other groups that will come later in the year, probably in the fall. So come see us in the main hallway. We want, if everyone that came to Sacred Service Saturday yesterday, please stand up. We want to thank you so much for the mulching, the digging, the mowing, the planting, all the wonderful things and the love that went into our grounds and gardens that we enjoy and also in the community. I'd like to invite Joanne Grayson up to speak to us about another garden that we're planting.
Get my glasses on. Good morning. I'm Joanne Grayson, and Phil and I. Oh, good morning. How's that? I'm Joanne Grayson, and Phil and I are back from the North Country, and we're so glad to be here. I'm here to talk about Child Abuse Prevention Month, sometimes called Child Abuse Awareness Month. You may have seen pinwheels at Lewis Ginter, or my granddaughter's dentist has a big display outside of theirs, other venues. We're going to try a pinwheel display this year, located by the front entrance where you walked in. Pinwheels are a reminder to parents to protect and nurture children and to observe children carefully and listen to what they have to say and take them seriously. For children, pinwheels are a reminder to tell a trusted person if they're upset or if someone asks them to keep secrets about touching, or if someone makes them uncomfortable, or if they've been hurt, and if they have a friend in the same situation. Children are encouraged to tell a trusted adult who can help them sort it out and see what's the matter. Unity of Bon Air has a child protection policy, thanks to the hard work of the board and Mike Brzezinski. And as a congregation, we have a responsibility and a commitment to provide our children with a safe and nurturing environment. Anyone who would like to participate can pick up a pinwheel after services over by where we're going to do the display and place it in the display. And at the end of the month, any child or any adult with a child at heart, in their heart, who wants to take a pinwheel home can do so. If the display's already down, just come into the office and whoever's manning the desk can get you a pinwheel. And you can take one home. We'll keep the rest, hopefully use next year. And thank you for helping me celebrate this reminder to our commitment to children and youth.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joanne. I'm also excited, another amazing opportunity that we have next Saturday from 10 to 12. Reverend Jim Rosemergy is going to be here with us. He's going to be sharing his latest book, which is Gatherings of the Few, a guide to global spiritual awakening. There are little-known spiritual principles that govern global spiritual awakening. We will explore these ideas in our time together and how we can gather to do the work that is ours to do. Paul saw the possibilities. We will all be changed in the twinkling of an eye. The good news is that it only takes a few of us to believe it. And it begins with us to create the critical mass in consciousness to initiate a global awakening. The book itself is going to be pre-ordered on sale today in our bookstore. It is $10.55 with tax, so Marcy will take your money today. And the books will be available tomorrow. I think they're being shipped out and they're on their way. So that will be Saturday from 10 to 12. So that will be an amazing opportunity to learn from a master teacher, to learn and grow in consciousness. Then on Sunday, next Sunday, a time we have all been waiting for, Reverend Rosemergy will also be with us. He will deliver the message on Sunday, and the most exciting thing that he will have to do on that day is he will install as our senior minister, Reverend Patty Bittner. We love you, Patty. And also, you know, we love to eat, so please stay with us afterwards for a catered lunch. And those of you that are live streaming today, if you, at all possible, you can come and be with us. This will be an amazing, wonderful, sacred experience and very joyful. On Friday, April the 26th, we are going to have the celebration of life for our beloved Carrie Walker. So, and that will be at 1 p.m. Please come and join us. Will be an opportunity to celebrate Carrie and also to spend time with Tina and their children and family and be together. It's at 1 o'clock on Friday. Also on Friday at 7:15 in the sanctuary, we're going to have the Geisa Healing Service. Please join us for a time of prayer and meditation, unconditional love, and there will be short healing sessions offered by experienced energy healers from our community, and that again starts Friday at 7:15. Well, they just continue on. The Men of Unity, once again, are bringing us a shrimp and fish fry on April the 27th. It's all-you-can-eat shrimp and fried fish. And then after that, we're going to have an amazing concert, a wonderful experience. It sounds like Mr. Harold Payne is going to be here. He is a musician, a songwriter, entertainer. He's written songs and worked with Patti LaBelle, Carlos Santana, and And I'm too young to remember him. And Rod Stewart. I'm just teasing. But please come. We had a kickoff, I guess, about a month and a half ago with the Men of Unity and our beloved Claudia and her team. I mean, it's just a wonderful evening to spend. Please keep up with us. Unity.org is our website. UnityBonaire.org is our website, and we have a lot of things going on, as you can tell. Also, I'm very excited to be able to introduce our speaker today, who is well known to all of us. John Harold Moore is a spiritual coach, a writer, a speaker, and a student of A Course in Teacher and A Course in Miracles. He is also a pioneer in the practice of family constellations, a revolutionary modality that reveals and heals hidden generational patterns that keep us from having the happy, healthy, prosperous life that we also, it's our birthright, richly deserve. John graduated from the Family Constellations Institute of Miami in 2013, and he has been speaking and facilitating these workshops all over the United States since then. To learn more about John and his work, please visit johnharoldmoore.com. So, with that being said, all of those things, I do invite us to take a deep breath in, to breathe in the love, breathe out the love, and open our hearts and consciousness, because I would like to share the daily word. Serendipitously, the daily word for today is healing. God's healing power is moving through me. I am open and receptive to God's healing power within me and within my dear ones. I trust with absolute faith that God is greater than any worldly condition. I cannot limit God. I listen to the still, small voice within and feel guided along my healing journey. If fear and worry get the better of me and I start to feel anxious, I call forth the healing power of the indwelling Christ. I spiritually surrender my concerns. When I pray for dear ones, I do not focus on their condition. Rather, I see them as the divine beings they are, whole, prosperous, and spiritually perfect. As I pray, I receive God's healing presence moving through me and my beloveds. This presence is the health beyond the illness, the abundance beyond the insufficiency, and the life beyond death. It is the truth of my life. From Isaiah 58:8, your healing shall spring up quickly. And our affirmation again is God's healing power is moving through me. Say it with me 2 more times. God's healing power is moving through me. God's healing power is moving through me. And back to you, music team, gloriously.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you. And now, without further ado, I'd like to invite the multi-talented Mark Adams up here to share a beautiful song. And I was going to say, when we were practicing this song, it's a song that you probably remember from a few years ago, recorded by Anne Murray. But I always thought of it as a love song. But when we started thinking about this as we were singing to our higher power, it took on a wholly different feeling and vibe.
Yes. Imagine that. It's good to be with everybody again. I cried a tear, you wiped it dry. I was confused. You cleared my mind. I sold my soul. You bought it back for me and held me up and gave me dignity. Somehow you needed me. You gave me strength to stand alone again, to face the world out on my own again. You put me high upon a pedestal, so high that I could almost see eternity. You needed me, you needed me, and I can't believe it's you, I can't believe it's true. I needed you, and you were there, and I'll never leave. Why would I leave? I'd be a fool, 'cause I finally found someone who really cares. You held my hand when it was cold, when I was lost. You took me home. You gave me hope when I was at the end, and turned my lights back into truth again. You even called me friend. You gave me strength to stand alone again, to face the world out on my own again. You put me high upon a pedestal, so high that I could almost see eternity. You needed me, you needed me, you needed me, you needed me, needed me. Thank you.
Let's just take that in for a moment, right? Thank you both. Thank you, all of you, all the music team. That was gorgeous. And the synchronicities always happen when I'm here. I'm so glad to be back, and the daily word could not have been more perfect. That song could not have been more perfect. I feel like every time I come here, it's like story time with John. I want to just sit down here and have you all come up. And the first time I was here, I looked in my phone to see my photos. The first time I was standing in front of this podium was April 24th, 2016. So almost 8 years to the day. And when I was here then, I shared a story about my mom and the soul contract I think I had with my mom, and how I think we signed up for this advanced class on unconditional love through her journey with alcoholism after my dad passed, and I think we got there. So I shared that story. And the last time I was here, it was just about a year ago, in March, that I shared a story about letting go of this old wooden trunk that I had that had all kinds of memorabilia in it. And you'll see how that is related to the story I want to share today, because it happened about a year ago that I have been on quite a journey of healing and miracles since I was here last. And there's so much to this story, I could probably talk for an hour, but don't worry, I'm not going to. I'm going to keep an eye on that clock and try to just hit the highlights, because it's been such a powerful lesson. And my hope is that it will help someone going through a healing journey of their own. So I spoke about that, and then the next day, one of my friends that had driven up from North Carolina, she really encouraged me to have my own family constellation done. Because you know that joke about the plumber that has leaky pipes? Well, I have done a lot of constellations for everyone else over the last 10 years, but I haven't received that many. I've received some, but I would like to give a special shout out. You have an amazing resource right here in this community, Maureen Mo Regulinski. She did a constellation for me out at Gail Corville's home at Serenity Farm, and it was nothing short of life-changing. I thought I had given back a lot of the pain I was carrying for my mom, and there was some more in there. And the reason that my friend recommended me doing a constellation with Mo was because I had this bump growing on my chest, and it had been there for a while. In fact, another longtime friend of Unity of Bon Air, Denise Dolan, I was having Easter dinner with her 2 years ago, and she noticed the bump on my chest. And I kind of played it off because I had a yoga injury, and it had been hurting, and when I would put a shirt on, it would kind of be a pain there. And then about a month later, I got COVID, and every time I would cough, it would just these shooting pains would go through my chest. But I thought, it's long-term COVID. Something got stuck in there. And this bump just kept getting bigger and bigger. And I, of course, noticed it, but I was putting ice on it. I was still under the impression that I could heal this. Well, it's drier here than in Florida. So finally, I acquiesced. I didn't have health insurance at the time, but after that, I'll never forget what Mo said to me after that really powerful family constellation. She said, well, John, now you've done the energetic work around this. Now it's time to do whatever you need to do in the physical world. And that really stuck with me, because I have been one that is a little resistant to Western medicine. Maybe some of you in this room are as well. And it's one of the things I want to talk about later this afternoon in our workshop, about how these family patterns repeat. So I mentioned that my dad died when I was young. He had skin cancer, and he had a mole on his back that my mom kept bugging him to go get looked at. And he waited and waited, and he hesitated. And by the time he did have it removed, it had metastasized, and that's how he made his exit. And, a few years before my mom died, I asked her more about that, because I was a little guy, I was 7, and I didn't really understand the timeline of what happened. And when she talked about it, it was as if it had just happened yesterday. The anger and the resentment, like, that doctor never called us back. It took months to get him in to see a dermatologist, even after he got the doctor's appointment. And she had so much rage at that doctor and at Western medicine. And I unconsciously took that on. Not that I never went to a doctor or never had checkups and things, but it wasn't really part of my health. I do yoga, I try to eat healthy, I walk. And sometimes we need the help of Western medicine. I absolutely believe that. And so that was one of the patterns that was repeating. And so I did, after that session with Mo, I went home, and I had a really difficult time at a water park in Orlando with my family. I was like, out of breath. And my family was like, this isn't like John. Usually he's got lots of energy. He can keep going. And at this point, I was having trouble swallowing. When I would do back bends in yoga, I would have this deep cough that would come up. Like something was clearly wrong that an ice pack wasn't going to fix. So I got back on Obamacare. And because of circumstances, I had a special grace period to sign back up. It started on April 1st of last year. I had a doctor's appointment. What I found out was not many people in Sarasota take this insurance that I just got on. I called a few offices, but they said, well, we know of one place that will take that insurance. And it was Village Medical, part of Walgreens. And I went there thinking, oh, this is probably going to be kind of sketchy. I walked in, and it was beautiful. It was a brand new office. The woman at the front desk was so kind and so friendly. They brought me, they had an appointment available on April 5th. I walked, just a couple days later. April 5th, not lost on me, that is the anniversary of my mom's passing. So I thought, okay, paying attention, God, paying attention. So I had that doctor's appointment in this beautiful facility. And let's just say that when I unbuttoned my shirt to show Amy, she is a nurse practitioner who is now my primary care provider, she did not have a poker face. She would not do well in Vegas. Her eyes got as big as saucers when she saw how big this thing on my chest had gotten. And she said, John, we need to get a scan of that ASAP, like maybe this afternoon if they have any appointments, if not this afternoon, tomorrow. It got real. I'm getting tingles just talking about it. It was very scary. I will admit, I got scared. I thought, wow, just like my dad, is this the thing that's going to be my exit? And the nurse, her name is Kathy, she was so sweet. She came in shortly after that to take some blood, and she saw that I was visibly shaken, and she got emotional. We cried. We had a little hug. She said, "Don't you worry, baby. I'm gonna get you through this. You need a friend right now, and I'm gonna be your advocate." And she said, "I just wish you had gotten this taken care of sooner, but I'm here for you." And she was. And one of the things that she was assigned to do was to take blood. Now, I don't do well with giving blood. I have passed out at second grade. They took us on a field trip to a hospital. I don't know why they took us on a field trip to a hospital. But that's when I found out that I don't do well with seeing blood outside the human body. They brought us into the blood lab, and I saw all the vials. The next thing I remember, there was smelling salts under my nose, and my entire second grade class was like this. And thus began my relationship with blood. I passed out again when I had to give blood to go to summer camp. So I warned the Nurse Kathy, said, "Hey, I just want to give you a heads up, this could go really wrong." And she said, "Don't worry, we're going to have you laying down. I'm going to be quick." But apparently they ordered a lot of blood work to find out what was going on with me. And she said, keep going, talk about something. The last thing I remember was she asked me what I had for breakfast. And I think I said, oatmeal with blueberry. And I was out. Again, the next thing I remember, smelling salts, cold pack on my neck. Everyone in the office was in there trying to help me, help her finish taking blood so everything didn't go all over the place. Yeah, I made quite a first impression in that office that day. But again, the care I received from that point on, I felt so divinely guided, exactly what the reading in the Daily Word was. When I tune into that indwelling presence, because that's really there's a great quote in A Course in Miracles that said, all healing is essentially the release from fear. And that really struck home to me. And because the Course also describes a miracle as a shift in perception from fear to love. And I really needed a miracle because I was in some fear. So I called one of my sisters and told her the news, and she said, I'm on the next plane down there. And she She got there the day before Easter, and she stayed with me for what we thought was going to be just a few, maybe a week or two, to help me navigate the system. She ended up sleeping on an air mattress in my apartment for 6 weeks because she said, I'm going to be with you for this whole experience. And she has been. All of my siblings have been amazing support. In fact, the support I've received through this journey has been more than I could have even imagined. So they referred me to an oncologist. I can't believe I'm even saying that word because I never thought that was going to be my experience, but here it was happening. Again, the nicest man, just so kind, so present, so knowledgeable, so thorough. He ordered more blood work. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. There was an earth angel in that oncologist office. Her name is Erica, and I told her that, just a heads up, I just passed out a few days ago. She said, oh no, not on my watch, you're not passing out. And she had me, there were angels hanging from the ceiling in that blood lab. And she was so funny and so kind that the fear was gone. And that's another thing I've learned from the Course is that where love is, fear goes away. The two are mutually exclusive thought systems. And she had me laughing and in so much love that there was no room for fear. So I'm so grateful to her. And I had to go back several times, and she would always say you don't like this, but you keep coming back. You must really like this. And she would stick me, and she said, why did you flinch? I didn't feel anything. What's going on with you? She just, every time, she had me laughing, and I'm so grateful to her. And so I had a biopsy, and it turns out that what was growing on my sternum is a rare kind of tumor that is very receptive to radiation treatment. I didn't need surgery or chemo, thank you God. And they referred me to a radiation center that just happened to be about 6 minutes from where I live. And again, the kindness that I received in that office, they were so funny, like all the papers you have to fill out when you go to a new doctor's office. I had my printer didn't print out my social security number very well, and I said, I'm so sorry, my information isn't there. I did the best I could, and she said, oh, you're going to have to do that all over. Just kidding, just kidding. And I knew this is somebody that I could joke with, and she thought my sister was my wife. I said, oh no, she is not my type at all. I don't know that woman. So thus began my relationship with the staff in that office. Again, an amazing, thorough, kind doctor, and all the people that checked me in. I decided that I wanted to shift the energy in this. So some of you know my signature stone is rose quartz. I've planted some all over this property. I love infusing places that I go with the qualities of unconditional love and compassion, the Christed frequency. And so I planted rose quartz all around the radiation center. And I went in there and I would say when I checked in, I booked the deluxe suite this morning. So, the one with the mani-pedi and the massage. And she never knew what I was going to say when I walked in. And I had to lay on this big machine. It felt like something out of a science fiction movie. This thing, I was laying down and it went around me and it hummed and it blinked and it was very strange. But again, God bless technology, because I guess the computer, something else I thought I'd never do is get tattoos. I'm just not a fan of inflicting pain on myself. I know that there's some people that are very sacred and there's reasons to do it, but I'm a wimp. I didn't want to do that. And I had to get tattoos. I have one here, a dot here, a dot here, and a dot here. So I'm tatted up. My nephews think I'm cool now. But those dots help the computer calibrate and zap only the unhealthy tissue and with as little damage as possible to the healthy tissue. I had to do that 28 times, and it only took about 10 minutes. I got there maybe 9:45. They zapped me, and I was in my car heading to my morning walk by about 10:15 at the latest. And every time I would lay in that machine, they would ask, their protocol was, what is your name? What is your birthday, and what are we treating today? And I would I'm Brad Pitt, my birthday is August 5th. And I would always end with, and you are zapping my sternum with healing, love, and light. And because that's exactly how I thought of it. I felt so grateful, and I had this moment of laying in that machine thinking, you know, if I really believe that my mind is creating my story and everything in it, then my mind created this radiation machine. So maybe I'm not sitting on my meditation cushion oming and making the tumor go away, but I am doing, this is just as healing, and this is the method that I am using to remember my wholeness as a child of God. And so I let go of my judgment about, I can't believe this is happening to me. And another thing happened around that time in that machine. I had listened to a Course in Miracles podcast. It's called Miracle Voices. People share their stories of forgiveness. I really recommend it. And another course teacher, Keith Kavanaugh, was the guest, and he talked about his practice of being in the cinema with Jesus. And meaning stepping back, being the observer, instead of being all caught up in the movie of our lives on the screen and all the drama, stepping back, taking a seat in the theater, in the cinema, and sitting with Jesus. It could be, you don't have to say Jesus. You could say your guardian angel. You could say a loved one. You could say God. You could say Holy Spirit, the voice of love, whatever you want. Rather than sitting in the cinema with the ego, the voice of fear, saying, this is really bad, this shouldn't be happening. I sat in the cinema with Jesus, being the observer, looking at it through that Christ vision. And I remember being in that machine, kind of like Jesus and I were hanging out in one of those observatory rooms where, in those medical shows, if you can watch what's happening in the operating room. And I was sitting there with my brother Jay, as I like to call him. And he said, you know, John, this isn't about what's happening to your body. This is about the relationships that you're making with the people that work here. And that felt so true to me. Not that I wasn't taking care of my body. We have a joke in the Course in Miracles community, like just because you're a course student and you know you're really spirit, not the body, it doesn't mean we don't brush our teeth, thank goodness. So we do what's appropriate to take care of our body. But it was such a powerful message of, it's not about the body. I think that's what our brother Jay was here to teach us, that it's about our connection, it's about our relationships, it's about love. And this was such a big, it stopped me in my tracks. Now, the radiation treatment, I didn't feel it when it was happening, but it eventually gave me kind of a bad sunburn, and it made me tired once in a while. Like, not taking a nap was not an option. I had to. So I pulled back on my work. I only did my Course in Miracles group on Tuesday nights online, but I didn't take any new clients. I didn't do any more online workshops. I didn't do any traveling. I just said, this is a time for me to heal. So I did the whole 28 treatments, got another CT scan to see what it was doing, thinking, oh, this is going to be good. I did what I was supposed to do. And just to give you an idea, the first CT scan said my tumor was 13 centimeters, and at the next one after the treatments, it was 12 centimeters. I'm like, are you kidding me? one centimeter after all that. But what the doctors told me was, because it grew so slowly, it probably started in 2020 when I first started feeling the pain, maybe before that, so it'd been growing for a long time. And what I was told was, when they grow slowly, they shrink slowly. So I just had to be patient. And I had to practice what I preach and ask it. I went into meditation, and I just put my hand here, and I said, what is the message for me, cancer cells? Why are you growing? Why are you shrinking so slowly? And I got another really profound message. It said, because we don't want you to jump back into your old life too quickly. We want you to really take some time to think about what you want. What do you want for your life? How do you want to move forward? What do you want your work to look like? How do you want to spend your days? Because I had gotten myself caught up in a little bit of a machine of doing a workshop every month online and doing all the marketing, and it's just me, and it felt like a lot. I love doing my work, but it felt like a lot. And so that message felt spot on. Like, take some time, John. Take some time to really evaluate how you want to move forward. And one of the things that came forth is I want to travel more. I want to do the work that I love in other places and see people I love face to face and share this work and get to go see new scenery, beautiful places. So here I am today doing that. And I have had several trips already and have more planned this year. So where the status is now, I'm gonna wrap this up. I continue to go back for scans. It continues to shrink. It's breaking apart. And I don't really think about it that much. I'm trusting that it didn't spread anywhere else. It didn't turn into a kind of blood cancer that sometimes this tumor does. All my blood work, thank you, Erica. I get to go back and see her next month. I don't faint anymore when I go to give blood. And I'm just going to trust that I will be guided every step of the way. If there's nothing else recommended treatment-wise, I'm just going to trust that it's going to keep shrinking, that it's going to go back to the nothingness from which it came. The fact that it is over my heart is not lost on me. That's a whole nother sermon for maybe next time I'm here. But when this first started happening, I called this tumor Freddie the Freeloader. I had a friend in Houston who called her tumor Stu, and she said, Stu's getting his eviction papers. He's out of there. So I thought it'd be fun to name it. But what I discovered was that this wasn't a freeloader, that there have been so many blessings in disguise from this experience. That time with my sister Gail, not Gail Corville, although she is my soul sister. I have a biological sister named Gail. We had so much fun. We watched TV together, we went for walks together, we went for pizza together, we saw sunsets together. It was such a gift, and she's retired, so she could take that time that we had together. It shifted my experience of the Western medical system. I found, yes, I think we can all agree there are parts of it that are broken, but there are so many people that really care. And I encountered so many of them. In fact, in that radiation center, after I planted rose quartz around there, I felt inspired on my last day because I'm going to miss those people. They were part of my life. I looked forward to seeing them. And so I went on Amazon and I ordered a dozen of these little rose quartz angels. And I gifted one to everyone that was kind to me with the intention of, I hope every time this catches your eye, you remember what an angel you are and that you are infusing unconditional love and compassion into everyone there. There is so much fear in that building, and I hope that something I did brought more light. I feel like that is my mission, is to go to places where there's a lot of fear and help shift it to love, because that's what healing is. Whether it's something in the body heals or not, shifting from fear to love, that's the miracle. There are so many blessings from this experience. I'm really grateful for all of it. I can't believe I'm saying that I'm grateful for it, but I am. And so now, when I talk about this guy that's still living here, still shrinking, I call it my little divine messenger, because that's what it's been. So, thank you for letting me share that story. I hope you'll join me later this afternoon and see what you might be carrying for your family. And I do believe that I have broken the family pattern, that I don't think this is going to be my exit. I think I've got more work to do. So let's join me together. We'll help each other heal and see what you might be carrying, and we'll shift some fear to love this afternoon. Thank you so much for having me again today.
Wow. It's time for us to prepare for our meditation. We'll do so with a song. Return again. Return again. return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to what you are, return to who you are, return to where you are, born and reborn again. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul.
So, as we return to the land of our soul, I invite you to take a nice, slow, deep breath with me, breathing in the light of God together. And exhale. Another breath in, breathing in the peace of God together. And exhale. One last breath, breathing in the love of God together. And exhale. And I invite you to find a place in your heart and mind that feels safe to you. Whether it's a temple or a garden, a place in your home, a sacred place somewhere on planet Earth. But imagine that you're there right now and all is well. And in front of you, there's the screen of your life. See it from a distance now, not all caught up in whatever is happening with your body or your work, your home or your family. You're not there alone in this sacred space. Invite the presence of some sacred being to be with you, whether it's Jesus or God, a relative, a favorite grandparent in spirit, your guardian angel, whatever. But there is divine help for you right now. And allow that peaceful presence to sit down next to you and watch the movie of your life from a different perspective, from a peaceful place. And maybe that divine presence has a message for you like it had for me. Maybe it's just a feeling of calm finally returning to you, knowing that you're not in this alone. You have help. And that there is a way through, no matter what is happening, no matter what you're going through and growing through, there is a way forward. There is so much love for you. You are a divine child of God. Limitless resources. So just spend a few more moments looking at the scenes of your life, feeling comforted by that presence that's with you and will always be with you. If you knew who walked with you on the journey you have chosen, fear would be impossible. And when you're feeling ready, you can thank that being whoever it is, whatever it feels like, for their presence, for their perspective. Embrace them. Let that energy wash over you. And know that this space is available to you anytime it feels like too much. So let's take one more slow, peaceful breath in together. And gently release. You are loved. All is well. And so it is.
Okay, so that is exactly why we love John Moore. Thank you, John. So our ushers are coming forward, and it's just time to give our tithes, our gifts, and our offerings. So if you have something physical, I invite you to hold it in your hand and be blessing it, and otherwise in your consciousness. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the joy of giving and receiving.
And again, some more wonderful music from Mark Athens.
Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Everyone will change. No one stays the same. The young become the old. Mysteries do unfold, 'cause that's the way of time. Nothing goes unchanged. There are not many things in life you can be sure of, except that the rain falls from the clouds and the sun lights up the skies, and hummingbirds, they do fly. Oh, to spring, a wounded heart will heal, but never too much, too soon. Everything must change. 'Cause that's the way of time, and no one goes unchanged. There are not many things in life you can be sure of, except that the rain comes from the clouds, and the sun lights up the skies. And hummingbirds, they do fly. Oh, yeah. Winter turns to spring. A wounded heart will always heal, but never too much, too soon. Everything must change. The young become the old. Mysteries do unfold, 'cause that's the way of time. No one and nothing goes unchanged. There are not many things in life you can be sure of, except that the rain comes from the clouds, and the sun lights up the skies, and hummingbirds, they do fly.
Rain comes from
From the clouds, and the
sun lights up the sky.
lights up the skies, and the
Hummingbird
hummingbirds,
to fly.
they do fly. Hummingbirds, they do
Lights up the clouds, sun lights up the sky. And hummingbirds, they to
Thank you.
Lucy Kilpatrick, Mark Adams, Claudia
everybody.
Carowan.
So let us bless these gifts. We're so grateful for these gifts, for each person present and their energy here. So we're going to do a quickie and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. And here's our children. Oh, wait, I think I got to do one more thing. Yes, I got to do chaplains. Will our chaplains stand up? Our wonderful chaplains who are here to support us through whatever's going on in life, and grab one of these at the end of the service and have a special time of prayer with them. Thank you all. And so we want to thank everybody from the beginning, the greeters at the door, to Marcy and Safari, to our fellowship team, our ushers and gushers, to Amy, our crew in the back, Jody and Dan, our music people, Mark, John, and wow, what a morning, right? So let's give them our blessings. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. And we see you doing amazing things.
While walking as the light, as the light, as the light, we are walking as the light of God. As the light, 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 as the light of God.
Good morning, Unity. How are we all doing today? Good, good. I'm sweaty. I'm sure Kathy is too. Thanks for all of her help today with all these kids. We had a full house. Today we did arts and crafts, and we made flowers. You guys want to show off your flowers? Stop trying to eat it. Unfortunately, Malachi threw his in some pudding. So we got a little excited today. But we had a great time. We went out in the gardens for a little bit and had a good swing. Your kids have lots of energy when you come and get them.
Okay, and let's do our blessings for Rachel and Kathy and our young ones. Friends, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are, and we see you doing amazing things. Let's stand up for our prayer for protection.
Yes, not so fast there,
Oh.
Cookie. We have it on good authority that some people that are very special are having birthdays this week. And so we thought the congregation might want to sing happy birthday to her. And give us a key, Lucy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Patty. Happy birthday to you. This is one of Patty's favorite songs, just a short version. I was born to live life fully, to let go of regret, to walk the high wire of life without a safety net, to follow something even bigger than my pride, to show up with courage even when I'm trembling inside. And you will not worry about what others think of you. That's not you, Pat. And you will not be shackled by the chains of conformity. You break the mold that in the path keep pushing till you're free at last. You'll follow the path of your heart and make your life a work of art, because you are fearless. You are fearless, stronger than you realize. You are fearless. You're our fearless leader and we love you. Hey, you are fearless. Let's put it in first person one last time. Here we go. I am fearless. Happy birthday.
Lord God surrounds us.
Let peace on earth and let it begin with me.